Probably his sudden.
Give it all you can.
Okay. So, just make sure this is coming through. Usually just give it a couple of minutes to make sure it's all streaming and stuff. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. Great to be at your place. And tonight, the KRL action continues. And we are back at Laguna Seca for the second practice round this week. This time it is the Tier 1 drivers who we'll be seeing in action tonight. Tier 2, of course, last night. And it was Jimbo Jones just beating Voodoo for the win last night. But we're back here at Laguna Seca. Slightly longer stream, slightly longer race and qualifying session tonight. 20 minutes in qualifying rather than 15, which we had for Tier 2. And also a 45-minute race rather than a 30-minute race, which we had for the Tier 2 guys last night. As Jimbo's checked in nice and early. Look at that, James Barton. Hello here from Jimbo. And fantastic. Congratulations on your win last night, Jimbo. It was and great to have you with us tonight once again as we see Righty in the Pink Panther Porsche there, just letting Binger past. Righty having a moment there as we get underway. Most of the drivers are out on the circuit tonight, and look at these numbers coming in on the stream. As we look at this man who's still sitting in the pit lane, also in the Porsche. I speak of none other than the man himself, Jason Wilkinson, who is not in the commentary box tonight, but he still joins us live from out on the track, giving us the driver's perspective of things. We're not going to annoy him too much tonight, especially whilst he's on a hot lap.
Hello.
As my dog just knocks the controller off the desk there. But I welcome you, Jason Wilkinson. Good evening.
Yo, yo. How you going?
Not too bad. Yo. Wilco now, 124.3 was pole position last night for Voodoo, Wilco, but I get a sense that we're going to see times a little bit quicker than that.
Oh, yeah. Notice is looking pretty good for pole position. I'm going to try and see if I can snatch pole off him, but yeah, he's looking, he's done two 1:22.7s over the last couple of nights, so that's probably going to be the time to beat tonight.
Certainly is. And look at these drivers. Look at this. 18 drivers, 17 in fact, joining us tonight, which just goes to show you the numbers for this new KRL season are already huge, and we are only on the practice rounds. And if we're getting numbers like this, then my goodness me, just wait until the real stuff begins. As Righty there, we're riding on board with Mighty Murph as he had front row seats to seeing Righty just dive off into the wall there. But let's have a look. Notice for Blue with a 1:23 flat as we see what Mighty Murph can do through the corkscrew. Oh yeah, got it in nice and clean there, and that is not easy to do. Getting that car slowed down before the corkscrew. One of the most famous corners in motorsport, it has to be said. I think I say that about every circuit, every corner, but Mighty Murph not taking that corner too nicely. He is off into the grass, but 18 drivers. Look at this lineup. Notice for Blue, Bob Hoskins, Mighty Murph, DJ McKinnon, 96, a.k.a. Dean McKinnon, the man we all know. And then it's Cart Dude, the Taswegian as well. Can't forget about him, the great man Wilco. Binger King, 33. who was apparently, some say they were still peeling bits of that Nissan gold paint off the corkscrew corner there after Jimbo. Bit of lag there. Wilco gave him a nice touch up, but righty in the Pink Panther. And then it's Rick Oztech, V8 man. What a lineup we have. Huge numbers, not only huge numbers out on the track, but huge numbers on the live stream as well. And Jimbo Jones, the winner from last night. Voodoo, the man in second place last night. And then LJR Racing, there we go. Jimbo, 11th, 12th and 13th. You 1, 2 and 3 from last night. And the Boss, 290 frames per second, looking very nice indeed. And speaking of looking nice, that man does not too bad either. But this man, Barters 81, in the mysterious black livery of the Aston Martin car. He is, wow, he's a new boy, and apparently from all reports he is quick. So we will keep an eye out for him with 14 minutes remaining in qualifying. Speaking of the man who's also pretty quick, but maybe not as quick as what he used to be, is Big Dick Johnson. Then it's Nobby Nuts Doldrums in the Ferrari there. 3 drivers in the pits, the rest of them are out on the track. And the big question is Jason Wilkinson, this man who knows the time he needs to beat. He needs to beat a 1:23.025. And nobody else. Bob Hoskins, the Englishman from Perth, he's 3/10 down on notice for blue, who is a good qualifier, but sometimes can't manage to keep it together during the race. So let's hope he can tonight. Then it's Dean McKinnon, who's, well, we're going to be surprised if he was in the 123s. He's only picked up this game not too long ago, and he's already in the 23s as we're riding on board now with Wilco coming on to the start-finish straight now, probably to start his hot lap as he comes across the line now. Oh, he's just teasing us a little bit. You're teasing us there, Wilco, with
just a warm lap.
just the warm-up lap into the 24s, about 3 or 4 seconds, maybe 8 seconds quicker than anything I can do. But V8 man, he sets a lap. That must be just a warm-up lap as well. 9 seconds off the pace. Rick Olstech slotting inside the top 10 there. Still the drivers, the times are coming in as Wilco has got some traffic there. We might just flick across. Voodoo is he's a pretty handy peddler. There's someone further up the road as well. As
the boss.
The boss moves out of the way. Very nicely done. Probably a good spot to move out of the way there too, Wilco, before coming up the hill and down to the famous corkscrew. And look at this, Caleb Gray, hashtag Nigerian Prince from Dubai. And the Nigerian Prince is back. And he does want your... Oh, Voodoo! Speaking of the Nigerian Prince, and he spun off Caleb. The Nigerian Prince is where he wants to be, in the sand. Or is that the Dubai Prince? I'm not too sure. And Sprint Cars 6. That is Tooley, I believe, is it not? He is, he says, when Jimbo is behind Jason, I'll turn his TV off.
No.
No. Tell you what, thank you for that, Tooley. He didn't get it done last night. It could be tonight. And DJ Wolf says, I've done a 145 in a private lobby. Beat that, bitches. I think he means a 145. Wowee. That's
he just got the game today.
Okay, I was just about to think that's 23 seconds off provisional pole position. And speaking of provisional pole position, it's great to have you with us, DJ Wolf. Look at that. Mighty Murph has come in with a 122.701. That's pretty impressive. But I reckon our man Wilco, and there is no favouritism at all in this KRL Championship, as DJ Wolf says, only a 123. Wowee, he's just setting the challenge there, is DJ Wolf. Great to have your company with
get out the way.
Caleb.
Second up here.
Oh, who is that in front of Wilco? It's Rose Racing, and this is possibly the worst place that you could catch him on the circuit. And you can hear that means that our man is in traffic and he's not too happy. Just slightly got him out of shape there through the corkscrew, but I reckon he's gonna, well, he's got out of the way now. He's got out of the way, and what kind of lap? We're going to stay on board with Wilco here as he comes up towards the finish line, and then we're going to see what else is happening in this qualifying session as he comes through, and he nearly gets it done, but not quite. because it is only a 1:20. What am I doing? Hang on, let's get out of that. Sorry, I went into the setup there. Don't tell Wilco.
22.8.
A 22.8. So look at that, 1/10, almost 2/10 of a second. Not much in it. And then notice for Blue with that 1:23 flat, of course, he said earlier on in the session, as Wilco has a moment, but we might just keep an eye on Murph there on his slowdown lap. Wilco is off into the gravel trap, as Tooley says. We'll make it very entertaining if Jimbo is behind and his TV gets turned off. Well, he's talking a big game, Wilco, but it's whether he can back it up again tonight.
Yeah, no, well, I don't want him to tonight because it'll probably affect me and I'll be getting punted into being a corner, I guess. So please don't do it tonight, till you had your chance last night.
There we go. You heard it. So strict instructions. Don't do that. It's going to affect Wilco. So you might have to save it for another day. Double figures on the stream. That's right. Double figures on the stream as Nobby Doldrums goes off into the gravel trap. That part of the circuit, catching out a few drivers last night and a few drivers as well tonight. As here he is. We're just looking at Voodoo now. Beautiful camera shot there. And look at Voodoo in the gold and black Ferrari, the Nigerian prince from Dubai. And Tooley, we've just got the cameras on him just for you. And all you do is, here we go, Voodoo, look at this. Beautiful shot there as he goes down through the corkscrew. And here he goes, and all he wants is your bank account details. As Voodoo coming through now to complete the lap. The man who was on pole position last night with a 1:24.3. But the pace is a little bit hotter as he comes across the line. And what time has he managed to set? We will have a look. And it's only good enough. Well, Voodoo is he's not on the timing sheets yet. I got a little bit excited there as Wilco lining up for another run. But you can see lots of traffic up ahead, including this man, Righty, in the Pink Panther Porsche. And you can tell now we've just got 7 minutes remaining in this session. And it is Porsche number 1, Porsche in P2, P3 and P4. And then we get down to the Aston Martins. Then it's Porsche again. And Ferrari's very low there. The first Ferrari belonging to the Nigerian prince. All he wants is your bank account details and your credit card number. And he will give you everything that you need. And, well, 12th there. The first of the Ferraris ahead of Rose Racing. And this just gives you a bit of an idea of the pace difference between Tier 2 and Tier 1. And DJ Wolf saying, seriously though, these guys are absolutely killing it. And he says, I've done an hour or so on the game and it's so difficult, so different, I beg your pardon, from the usual game we run. And he says, Tooley as well, saying, Jason, do not crash. Well, the pressure is on. Yellow flags out in one of the sectors. That might be for Jimbo Jones, the man who is currently down in P9 and 1.2 seconds off the pace. And speaking of the pace, it is very hot at the moment. And that time of a 1:22.7 for Murph is, well, what is that? 1:24.3. So almost 2 seconds different from Tier 2 last night. But as we take a look at Wilco now, he's absolutely on it. We'll stick with this hot lap from Wilco as he comes up upon the Pink Panther there of Mr. Wright. But oh no, no, that is not how you want to be going through that corner as Barter's 81 there just passing Wilco. But Murph now seems to be on a hot lap, so we're going to go to our favourite Kiwi. Oh, all the rest of the Kiwis are going to get offended by that, aren't they? They're going to be livid as he comes onto the start-finish straight now. Keep your comments coming in as Tooley says, ha, 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 Murph, can he go quicker? No, he can't. Wow, that was a little bit slower than his previous lap as Wilco comes across the line to have another crack with 5 minutes remaining in this session. Notice for Blue in the 999 Porsche. He is 3/10 off pole position, and Bob Hoskins, don't need him to come over and finish that sink or start the sink, or fix the sink, I should say, and do the rest of the odd jobs around the house. But Jimbo Jones spending more time in the sand than a Nigerian prince from Dubai, because he spent more time off the track than on it tonight, Wilco. But Cart Dude is doing not much in the pits there. And Dean McKinnon, or Hey Trevor, who's pinging at about 11. He confused me when he joined the party earlier this evening with his new PSN name, DJ McKinnon, the man from Parramatta in Sydney. And he's off the track there. I don't think he's on a hot lap. We might go to Righty, who's currently 6/10 off the pace. But look how hot this midfield pace is. These drivers, 4 drivers, all within a few thousandths of a second of each other. So that is good news for the race tonight. A 45-minute race coming up after this qualifying session. So stick around, all 10 people, 10, 1 and 0, watching the stream. It is great to have your company. Please send us your comments.
It's going to be close between Alan and I.
Oh, very close. Oh, that is very close. Just a coat of varnish, as Richie Benno would say. Oh, look at that. 0.36 between them. And that is not what you want to see, Wilco, with 3 and a bit minutes left in qualifying. 0.036. You might want to see that at a random breath test, because it's under 0.05. But it's not as low as you want it to be, that gap to Mighty Murph. Quite a strange analogy there, Wilco. We'll leave you to it. But as we take a look at the timing sheets then, this is very interesting, because it is Wilco quickest in the first sector with a 21.666. And then it's Bob Hoskins quickest with a 28 flat in sector 2. And then it's Mighty Murph, the Kiwi, with a 32.5. 0.2 of a second quicker than Wilco in that final sector. So 3 different drivers have the quickest times in each individual sector, Wilco.
Yeah, that last corner I went a little bit too hot into it, but yeah, so if I nail that last corner and nail the rest of the lap, or if I can match my lap and then nail that last corner, that's going to be good enough. But no one cares if you finish second. First is where you want to be, Trev.
It certainly is, as Ayrton Senna would say. And I know Bradley Marshall's out there, big Ayrton Senna fan. Hello to the man from Nowra. Ayrton Senna says, if you finish second, you're the first of the losers. But that is very good. Great advice there from the great man, who was, well, he was rated the quickest driver, wasn't he? Not a bad little poll, that one. But anyway, as Tooley says, hurry up and take pole position already, Jason. But that is going to be easier said than done. And DJ Wolf says, this is the dad joke version of commentary. It's funny he says that, because I am a 32-year-old father of 1. And you can probably hear in the background, she is not happy, my daughter, who has to go to bed. It's well and truly past her bedtime. And she probably wants to listen or tune into the live stream. And that's understandable, because this is absolute quality. And it's going to be an absolute humdinger of a race. But I've got to say, we can't have Murph taking pole position now, can we? As he comes onto the start-finish straight. Speak of the devil. And he shall appear as Mighty Murph coming across the line with 1:25 to go. So fair to say that if you're going to get another hot lap in after this one, you need to be crossing the line, or you need to have crossed the line pretty much now, or a few seconds ago. Oh, somebody's off ahead of Wilco. Oh, and it's Dane, the man from Brisbane. Has he put our man Wilco off his game?
I should have enough time for another one. It's all good.
And yep, no worries there. So you heard it first. And boy, there's cars off the track everywhere. Is that Jimbo Jones again? No, it's V8 man just coming back onto the circuit. So less than a minute remaining in this session, as we might just recap what's going on here. As it's Mighty Murph, I beg your pardon, in pole position with a 1:22.701. Who is going to beat that time? I just don't know, eh? As Mighty Murph...
Bob Notice, Cart Dude and Dean are all in the pit, so they're done.
They are done and dusted, Wilco. Look at that. This man who said that men can't multitask, Wilco, referring to your comment a little bit earlier on in the evening, because we can talk, we can drive, we can commentate, we can fight, Fernando Alonso, and great to see him back next year, Fernando Alonso. But it's all about this man, Mighty Murph. He comes across the line and he doesn't go quicker, but he's got another chance to improve. And let's take a look at Wilco, who is having another crack at this, and Bob Hoskins is in the pits. He is done. So is Notice for Blue. So is Dean McKinnon. Oh, shut up, Kid Byers. And thank you for that cart dude who is sitting in P5. Then it's the Pink Panther, the man in the Porsche, as we see Bob Hoskins sneak through and set a slightly quicker lap. But he is still a couple of tenths off of Mighty Murphy's V8 man in the sand, like the Prince of Dubai. Barter's 81, another one of the new boys. And then it's Jimbo Jones rounding out the top 10. Big Dick Johnson is in P11, as Aussie Thunderwood says, good luck, boys. I'm assuming that's Aussie Thunder. Boy, look at these numbers. Thank you for that, Aussie Thunder. Great to have you with us. DJ Wolf, Tooley, Caleb, everybody, and Jimbo as well. Thank you for joining us on this stream. And boy, we are going to see a ripper of a race.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is it going to be good enough for pole position? Oh, yes, it is. A 1:22.632 sees our man Jason Wilkinson. He's having a golden time of it on Assetto Corsa in these practice rounds, because he goes quicker than Mighty Murph. And oh my goodness, Wilco, that sends a message heading into the race tonight.
It sends a message. My heart needs needs to chill out a sec. That was a quality lap there. Oh, I'm shaking.
Well, you heard it shaking. Live reactions from the cockpit. As well, there you go. He did get pole position, Tooley. So there you have it. He said, "Go and get pole, Jason," and the man has delivered the W, or the P on that one. He's delivered the P. Now he needs to deliver the W. You know what I'm bloody trying to say.
I just saw Dean Allen's comment there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Al.
Oh, well, we can just... It's funny, you know, I always read Murph's comments the way he talks in the party chat. So that'd be something like, "Oh, fuck you, Jason." As we take a look at the starting grid, before we get to that, Tooley says, now you just need to go on and win the race, Jason. And V for Voodoo, the legend himself, says, good luck, everybody. So 45-minute race as we see the cars levitating off the tarmac. It is Jason Wilkinson. And then it's Mighty Murph alongside him. And you heard the comments. Not sure we can swear yet. No, it's just before 9 o'clock. But, oh, fuck you, Jason. Fuck you, yeah. And that is pretty much what would have been coming out of the cockpit of that New Zealander's Porsche. He wouldn't have been happy at all. A little bit livid, if I don't say so myself. Then it's Bob Hoskins. 1975. Hello, chaps. And then it's Notice for Blue in P4. Then Cart Dude and Dean McKinnon. Hey, Trevor. In P6. Oh, let's go to Gate 1 and look at the merchandise. Yes, I'd love to be at the Grand Prix now. Then it's Righty in the pink Porsche ahead of V8 Man. The man who lives in Brisbane where it never gets below 20 degrees, and it makes me extremely jealous. Oh, we've got a dozen people watching now. So let's see if we can make it a baker's dozen. Let's see if we can get 13. One more. These are bloody world record numbers at the moment, Wilco. With 40 seconds to go until we start the race. Barters in 9th place. And then it's Jimbo Jones. Barters in the Black Lives Matter Aston Martin. Then Jimbo, who is finally on the black stuff tonight, our race winner from last night. And then it's Big Dick Johnson and Binger. He might be able to return the favour there, Wilco. He's lining up just behind Jimbo tonight after what happened last night for anybody who watched the Tier 2 race. Then it's Rose Racing, the man who finished third in the Tier 2 race last night. What can he do from P13? He's 10 places further back from his finishing position last night. Voodoo in 14th. The Nigerian Prince. And then it's the boss, 290 ahead of Nobby Nuts and Rick Oztech. Round out your grid as we get ready to go racing. 45 minutes. It is the second practice race here. We had Tier 2 last night, followed by Tier 1 tonight. This is where the quick boys, the big boys, come to play. And it's great to have you with us, still sitting on 12 people watching this stream. And this is absolutely magnificent. And Wilco, if you can just give us a quick snapshot of this very slow run to the start line. It's almost half a lap, isn't it, until you get to the start?
Yeah, it's extra long here, but what I have on my screen and what all the drivers will have is this little graph you need to keep within this green zone. So it's around that 60 to 80 Ks, and then once we get onto the front straight, it will tell us to go to 60 Ks, and then lights out. So you got to make sure you're in that green zone. If you get out of it too long, you get a drive through. So hopefully no one does that tonight.
All right, you need to stay in your lane. Great advice there, but we're coming up to the final corner. And the time for talking is over because 17 drivers are ready to go racing. It's the first practice race for Tier 1 and the new KRL season here on Assetto Corsa. We're coming up to the line, and in just a second, it's going to be green, green, green. We are go, go, go here at Laguna Seca, and Wilco makes a great start there. Mighty Murph not too far behind him, and Mighty Murph, is he going to stick it around the outside of Wilco going into turn 1? Oh, he just can't quite get it done on the outside. Bob Hoskins has got, he's got a bird's eye view of the action, and Mighty Murph, he's got Bob Hoskins for company, so Bob's going to be keeping him honest. Notice for blue slots into 4th. Cart Dude right behind Dean McKinnon in 5th place. Then it's Righty. Look at this. Look how close they are. I reckon everyone's got through the start cleanly as Righty looks to make a move up there on Cart Dude, and he gets it done. But Cart Dude now, can he just manage to fight off V8 man here? He's going to get the job done. Is he down the inside? No, he's not. And Barter's the new boy slots into 9th position. Big Dick Johnson rounding out your top 10. And then it's Jimbo Jones, LJR Binger. Is he going to get punted into this corner? And somebody is off, are they? No. I reckon they're all going to get through the corkscrew cleanly. Rick Oztech has made up a couple of places on the line, and Nobby Doldrums, I've spoken too soon, because Nobby is around the wrong way there at the corkscrew as we come through to complete lap 1. We might just get to that replay a little bit later, but it's Wilco currently leading this race across the line ahead of Mighty Murph. 0.7 of a second is the gap after lap 1 as race control says the pit lane is open, and Tooley saying it gets below 10 degrees sometimes here in Brisbane. I highly doubt that, that's for sure, but great to have you with us, Tooley, of course. But let's take a look at your top 3. It is Wilco, Mighty Murph, Bob Hoskins, coming round to fix your wife's sink any time of the day. It's hard to get a tradie, especially an Englishman from Perth, but notice for blue in P4. Look how close it is between the top 4, then Righty a little bit further back. And then it's Dean McKinnon. But Cart Dude says, I'm going to come down the outside of you, Dean, or the inside, in fact, even. He says, try that on for size, and he's through and gets up into 6th position ahead of Dean McKinnon, the man from Parramatta. And Greg Bennett says, can you tell Nobby to do another donut for me, mate? Thank you for that, Greg Bennett. Let us know where you're from, Greg. It's great to have you with us tonight. Please subscribe to this channel. Click the bell to be notified about our future live streams. We are streaming 2 nights a week. That's right, upping our numbers. Rookie numbers at the moment, but 2 nights a week, Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel. And boy, oh boy, it is tight in this midfield. Everyone's got away cleanly except for Nobby Nuts down there in P17. But 2 laps gone, Wilco leads by about a second, and I just need confirmation if we can go to a replay, I reckon, Wilco, of the start, can we?
Yep. Yeah,
let's
go to
do
replay.
it. Let's do it.
I'll tell you if anything happens.
I reckon we, perfect timing once again. We're going to go through this order now, and here we go. We're going to check what happened at the start, and you can see there Wilco leading off the line in the number 19 Porsche there. Look at this. There we go. That was the moment we went green to go racing here. We'll just recap. We'll get back to the live action in a moment. Thanks for your comments. Keep them coming in. Still 10 people on the stream. Great to have you with us. Mighty Murph, Tooley, Greg, Aussie Thunder, DJ Wolf, and you can see there it was Wilco holding the inside line into turn 1. Mighty Murph couldn't do anything about it. Then he had to try and cover off Bob Hoskins, who was coming through and just threatening to take that second place off him. But speaking of Bob Hoskins, he had notice for blue for company as well. And you can see there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all getting away cleanly. And we're just going to wait until we get to the corkscrew. Maybe we can do our little intro, which we are going to, I guess you could call it a recording day, but we're going to try and get this intro done. We'll see what the cameras look like, Wilco, as we come up towards the corkscrew. But it's going to be a bit interesting here as we continue on into this race. And we can see them coming through to complete that first lap. It was Wilco in the lead, Mighty Murph, Bob Hoskins. And we might get back to the live action. In fact, we will with 40 minutes to go because Wilco has lost the lead. Breaking news from Laguna Seca. That's why our man was quiet, because Mighty Murph came through and took the lead off of Wilco. And notice for Blue now up into third, ahead of Bob Hoskins in fourth. I was trying to get that intro done, Wilco, but couldn't quite get the right camera angle, unfortunately. But
all good.
Not good, lap 3.
Ran wide at last corner.
Uh-oh, it can happen to the best of us, but head down. You're not out of it yet. In fact, the hunted has become the hunter, if you know what I mean, because Mighty Murph is going to be seeing mirrors full of that red. It's more of a maroon, isn't it? That maroon and blue Porsche. Loves his blues and his greens, Wilco. That's what I can tell you from experience, as Wilco runs slightly wide off the last corner, but that might not let him have a proper crack at the Kiwi heading in towards turn 1, but it is Mighty Murph in the lead of the race with just under 40 minutes to go. So there is a long way to go in this race, and we might just keep going through the order because we'll get back to that lead battle. And notice for Blue in third, Bob Hoskins down to fourth. And you can see their cart do 2 seconds further back, so the field's starting to spread out now. And righty in the pink Porsche, then it's Dean McKinnon. Oh, Kit Byers, you're shit. Thank you for that, Dean. Big Dick Johnson in P8, Jimbo Jones in P9. And then it's V8 man rounding out your top 10 ahead of Voodoo. Last night's race winner, the Nigerian Prince, is looking to get your bank account details. And he is currently sitting in P11 ahead of the boss, Rose Racing. And Rick Oztech, who's done quite well so far, so good. He is up into 14th after starting 17th, and then it's Binger a little bit further down than what he was last night. Nobby Nuts in P16 as Barters is in the pit lane already, along with myself. But Barters, has he retired from the race? I'm not too sure, because we are going to get back to this lead battle between Mighty Murph and Jason Wilkinson. And look at this, we might be able to see on the replay what happened there, Wilco, as we're going to change. Oh, it's happened again. Hang on a second. What is going on here? Sorry, we've just got to fast forward this. And, well, the replay is acting very strange indeed, because we can see Dean McKinnon there floating above the ground, almost like some sort of hovercraft. And there we go. We might just... Oh, now we've got it back. We've got the cars back. I beg your pardon. And we are going to go on board with the number 19 Porsche. And we can see where this happened, in fact. You can see, look at the eyes. Look at Wilco there. You can see him as he comes up. Now we're going to just skip ahead a little bit to see... Oh, no, he's already lost the lead.
Yeah, it's probably a bit too late for the replay.
All right. I'm going to forget about that. Cancel the replay. The replay
went too deep into the last corner. Had to cut it. I had to run wide, and Alan slipped up the inside.
There you have it, back to the live action. And boy, oh boy, Notice for Blue is keeping Wilco honest now. He is right up there between, well, Wilco in a Notice for Blue and Mighty Murph Sandwich, as we are on lap number 5 here at the famous Laguna Seca Raceway. And Wilco running wide up that last corner again. He's done that a couple of times here tonight, but that is going to give him a look at Mighty Murph. He doesn't want to do anything silly, but Mighty Murph, who had his pole position stolen away from him in the final part of qualifying, is wanting to, he's going to want to get some payback. What am I talking about? God damn it. Speak English. He'll want some payback tonight. And he'll want to get one over Jason, in fact. But Wilco is right up close behind him. Notice the Blues had a little moment, Wilco. And he's dropped further back in P3. Bob Hoskins all on his own. But we might stick with this lead battle because Mighty Murph is just he's just in front. He's got a nose in front of Jason Wilkinson. And, well, Mighty Murph, the two Porsches, it's Porsche first, Porsche second, Porsche third, fourth and fifth, if you don't mind. So Porsches in the first 5 places tonight, as Mighty Murph will be looking to defend. He was attacking in the opening couple of laps of this race, but now he will be looking to defend, in fact, from the Wilco man, Jason Wilkinson. He's not from Scoresby in Victoria, but he is from Carrum Downs, I think. Yep, that's the one. I've got it right. Thank you, Wilco. He might be in stage 4 lockdown, but I've got to say that Mighty Murph is going to be looking in his rear view mirrors anytime soon, because I reckon Wilco is going to send one down the inside very shortly. And this battle up the front is keeping notice for Blue interested in this man as well, Bob Hoskins. And then it's Righty. Oh boy, almost losing the rear end of that Porsche there. And Cart Dude now currently up to 6. And 6 Porsches inside the top 10. Thank you for pointing that out, Tooley. Great stuff indeed. And the rest of them, Aston Martin. Don't forget about the Bentley as well, a Ferrari. The Nigerian Prince is up there. The Nigerian Prince from Dubai. Get that hashtag trending on Twitter. He is in P9, so the first of the Ferraris, only P9. This is just like the real Formula 1 season, isn't it? A Ferrari P9, and the other two are 14th and 15th, because Barter's then currently back out on the circuit. Nobby Nuts in 15th, while Rose Racing is in the pits. And 7 laps down here at Laguna Seca. 33 minutes remaining in this race. And wow, we have a spicy battle between P1 and P2 then, as the comments are coming in. Keep an eye on Voodoo as he is catching Jimbo. That's right, our race winner from last night, Jimbo and Voodoo. So look at that, first and second from last night's Tier 2 race, only in 8th and 9th. And history repeating itself, albeit in 8th and 9th, and he is catching the that yellow and blue Porsche of Jimbo at a rapid rate of knots. So don't think it'll be too long before Voodoo catches Jimbo. Thank you for pointing that out, Tooley, and great to have you with us. Now would be a great time to turn that tally off in Jimbo's room. That might closen up this battle a little bit, as Binger in the gold brick of the Nissan is in P11 now. Rick Gostech, it's saying he's a lap down on our screens ahead of Nobby Nuts Doldrums. Barter's 81, the new boy coming into this race tonight. 15 drivers starting the race here tonight. Crazy numbers. I think we had roughly 12 or 13, I think. Might have even been 14 last night for the Tier 2 race. But Wilco's still all over the back of Mighty Murph, and he'll be sweating.
Hard to make time up.
It's very hard to make time up. But Murph, as we come across to complete 9 laps of this race, and Greg Bennett says, can Murphy do the lap of the gods to win? That is a very good question, Greg Bennett. And let's hope Greg Bennett has subscribed to the channel. Let us know where you're from in this beautiful world of ours, Greg. Oh, Jesus, I've dropped my controller. Hang on a second. Let me just get my act together. And Mighty Murph, the Kiwi from Invercargill, down south in New Zealand, is under all sorts of pressure here because Wilco is right behind him. You heard Wilco saying that it is difficult to find the pace. But if you want to give Wilco a rev up, you just need to say, head down, focus. Remember what we talked about? And do what you need to do, Wilco, because with a little bit of traffic coming up ahead of this battle, this is going to be interesting. I'm not too sure who that is up ahead. It might be Nobby Nuts. Get your chew the what's that ad? Anyway, forget about that. I'm bullshitting on about something. But is he going to get out of the way? He's on the racing line, and this is not good. You can see Mighty Murph is blue flag. Come on, blue flag. Blue flag, blue flag, blue flag. And, oh, what's he doing there? He's gone straight across the circuit there. But Mighty Murph is through.
Notice is that.
And Notice for Blue is keeping an eye on you, because it is 1, 2, and 3, all within 6 seconds, 6/10 of a second of each other. As Tooley says, Jason needs to drive like Scotty Mac. Scotty McLaughlin, thank you. And gee whiz, but 4/10 of a second cover first, second, and third. As now, oh, Wilco, is he going to have a look at Murph? And the little New Zealander from Auckland, he is going to be sweating up. Oh, I tell you, where can Wilco get this job done? Oh, you're not going to get it done there, I don't reckon. But Murph, who's going to have extremely sweaty palms over in New Zealand. And it's pretty cold over there, Ray. As Wilco making a slight mistake there. And Notice for Blue all over the back. It is 1, 2, 3, the Porsches running line astern in this race. Bob Hoskins 7 seconds back. But Mighty Murph, as we come through to complete lap 10, Mighty Murph leads, but not by much. Look at this, Wilco. We just need to send it and stop driving like a grandma. Oh, Murph. Well, was that a little bit of a late move in the braking zone? Oh, it looked fair, but it was pretty touch and go. It's fine. You heard it from Wilco. He says all fine. Nice and fair there. Notice for Blue sticking with it. But let's take a look at the drivers lower down the order. In 7th place, Big Dick Johnson. In 8th place, Jimbo Jones. And then 9th, it's the Nigerian Prince, who is chasing Jimbo for his bank account details. And you'll be very blessed. And there it is, number 10. It is the gold brick of Binger in the only Nissan in the field. He is currently in P10, so a points-paying finish for him. And the boss 290 in the Mercedes ahead of Rick Oztech. In 13th, Nobby Doldrums, the man who is definitely a lap down, and so is Barters as well. Lap 11, 28 minutes to go. This is some great racing as we might head back to this lead battle.
Oh,
Murph is off. Oh no! And Murph. Oh, you must. I don't think you would have seen that, Wilco. But Murph went off the circuit there and came straight back on in the path of Notice for Blue.
It's very easy to lose it on that sands. If you hit the inside sausage, you might be able to get a replay of that in about a minute's time. But yeah, he might have just lost it as he was coming back on, coming from the sand back to tarmac. So that's a shame.
What a development, and Mighty Murph now is... He's gone, he's cracked the shits, and he has rage quit this game with 27 minutes or so to go. Whoa, boy, that's really, it's let Wilco off the hook, that's for sure. He's 3.2 seconds ahead of Notice for Blue. So that's helped you a lot, Wilco, because now you're in P1. I still want your head down, because there is a long, long way to go in this race.
Battle, though. That was good fun.
Well, it was a great battle before Murph kindly removed himself and Notice for Blue from the race. Good from a spectator's point of view, as El Majacco, Pierce Jackson from Melbourne in Victoria, thinking of you in stage 4 lockdown. There he says, no Murph. And that is exactly the words that would have been coming out of that New Zealander's cockpit, because he has cracked the shits and left this game. As DJ Wolf, big hello, thanks for the comment, Jacko. And it's great to have you with us. 12 people watching the stream. Let's see if we can get to a baker's dozen. Tell your friends, tell your wife. If you're not married, tell your partner or significant other to tune into this live stream. Jason, Team Radio.
Or you don't have a partner, don't have a wife. You always got a wife. Oh my god, I'm nearly spun. Stop talking when I'm fucking...
Oh no! And Wilco's off the track.
Oh no, I'm like stuck.
Oh, and Wilco's stuck.
I'm actually bogged.
And he's
I'm not even joking.
Safety car deployed. This is incredible, unbelievable stuff.
I'm actually bogged.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not even joking.
In the space of 2 laps, it's gone absolutely tits up, and we've reached 13.
Oh my god.
13! As remember Hutto's famous call of Buddy Franklin, 13 people watching the stream. Unbelievable.
I'm actually beached.
He is beached in the gravel. Wilco falling down the order. Quicker.
I stop trying to make jokes.
Unbelievable, Wilco. We went down, we threw down. Well, you said don't talk to me into the corners. Don't talk to me any part of the lap at all. And Wilco, this is incredible stuff. He's beached it. Wilco is possibly out of this race.
Yeah,
and DJ Wolf saying a breezy 16 here on the mean streets of the east side of Brisbane. Mighty Murph as well says F this. I think that's Kiwi for
got it going.
F this. He's got it going. Wilco's got he's put it into drive and he's back onto the track. We might go back to our race leader. Boy, notice for Blue. It all seemed lost there, but unbelievable stuff. This is incredible. In the space of a couple of minutes, this race has completely changed for everybody in the top three. Aussie Thunder says Murph's gone to the loo. I think he's a little bit pissed off, eh? And Jacko says no, Wilco. Jacko, if you let us know who's going to drop off the leaderboard next, that would be great. But 14 people. Holy Jesus, 14 people, unbelievable. We love you out there watching this stream, and our mission in life, our KPIs are to entertain the people out there. Because get this, DJ Wolf says, Wilco rage quits? I don't think so. He was just stuck in the sand.
I was legit bogged, like could not get reverse or anything. I just happened to roll enough that it caught some traction and I was looking for a way to go, but that was horrible.
Unbelievable. This is what pressure can do. Although he was 4 seconds in the lead and I threw down to him, I was strictly told not to do that. Or if I did, do it when he had a bit of time in hand. I thought that was enough time, but I've stuffed that one up. You can blame me, Wilco, if you want.
No, that was my fault for trying to say some joke. I can't remember what it was, and that wasn't even that funny.
And then he just dipped a wheel off and went off to the track, off the circuit.
Smack the sausage curb. Go check the replay and just watch my rear wheels just spinning in the sand.
Well, let's have a look at the replay. We're going to go to the car number 19. You might already be in the sand. No, here we go. Here we go. We've got it. We're going to ride. We're going to ride on board. Are we? No, we're just going to. We might ride on board here with Wilco as coming up to the corkscrew. So he's happily
skip forward a bit.
Okay, hang on a minute, Wilco. We'll just skip forward here.
I'm watching the stream as I'm driving through the pit lane.
Okay, here we go then, Wilco. And coming up to turn one now, we're going to ride on board with Wilco to see what happened in this coming through turn one. All very nice and dandy, like sour candy. He's got a 3-second lead. And then it was it was this moment he knew. He fucked up. And you can see there, he is legit in the gravel. Let's have another replay. Let's see that again. And you can see him coming up to the sausage curb. Let's get another angle of this. And look at this. This is the moment off. Oh, there we go. Off the track. And you can see in the background, Notice for Blue on his merry way. And we might just take one more look at that if we can. From the wide angle, we'll take a wide angle look at that, getting it all wrong through the curbs, over the sausage curbs, losing traction, and off the circuit there. And DJ was Tooley saying, come on Jason, WTF. DJ Wolf, bad luck Murph. Mighty Murph saying, let's just say it was a 5-minute penalty. I legit don't know what even happened. Must have been the curbs. And DJ Wolf saying, tag the inside curb, stay off the curbs or off. And Mighty Murph saying, fucking sausage curbs. Oh, love it, eh? And then it's Elmer Jacko saying, this game seems a little bit buggy. And sorry about that view of the trees there, people. We might get back to the live action now. Lap 16 of this race. Wilco getting his pit stop in. But look at these comments flooding in. Jacko, Mighty Murph, DJ Wolf, Aussie Thunder. They're all commenting and watching the stream. Here tonight, we've lost Wilco, we've lost Murph. Notice for Blue still in the lead by 7.5 seconds. And what happened to Bob Hoskins? He's come into the pits. That's what's happened to Bob. He's come into the pits now, out of it again, and he is down in 9th place. And amidst all of this, Can't Dude is in 2nd place, but not for long as he comes into the pit lane as well now. And let's have a look to see where Wilco is. All on his own in P14, Wilco.
Don't even bother.
Well,
it's alright, well, I guess we'll show how you do a lap around Laguna once we get to the start finish line.
Yep, we'll get back to you, Wilco. We'll leave you to it, but you're not too far behind Rose Racing there. Are you a lap down, or are you still on the same lap as...
I don't know. I felt like I was bogged in the sand for about 45 minutes, but not sure yet. I guess everyone starts to make their pit stop, so I might have gone a lap down, making my pit stop.
There we go.
This lap's going to be my PB, so push hard.
Keep pushing, head down. You can see there the clouds starting to roll in. I don't think we're going to get any rain here tonight.
Just check, no rain.
No rain, Wilco, with the weather forecast. And it's raining sideways, but no rain tonight. 24 track temperature, the wind 1 kilometre an hour as we tick down. Less than 20 minutes now remaining in this race. More than half the race gone and less than half of it to go. As we take a look at these comments, DJ Wolf saying, come for the dad jokes, stay for the professionalism. Well, you're going to get a little bit of both of that. You're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to get dad jokes and the professionalism as well, as that's a little bit of a spicy battle happening up further up ahead of
P12 and 13. I'm about to join in.
So P12, 13 and 14. Wilco's about to join that party. But Voodoo and Jimbo, the Nigerian prince, is about to come up behind Jimbo, and he is about to make a move on him. And look at this, he's in P2 for Voodoo. And, well, this is almost the finishing order from last night, Wilco. Jimbo in P1 and Voodoo in P2. The Tier 2 racers that were racing last night are in P1 and P2. But you can see there, they still are yet to make their pit stops as Notice for Blue comes into the pit lane, then out of it again. And that's what these practice races are for. They are to iron out all of the bugs. And the Wilco with that.
Little battle going on here.
A little battle. This might be the closest one on track. I think Big Dick Johnson's not too far behind. Righty,
he's a lap ahead of me.
11th.
We're all lap down, so I am a lap down.
To 13th, as my dog is looking at me here like, what on earth are you talking about, Dad? What the hell's going on? But Wilco now. Look at this as Righty and Big Dick Johnson having their own little battle, but we'll just get back to Wilco.
I don't know if I tapped him, but I'll give him place back just in case.
Yep, readdressing there. Great sportsmanship by our man Jason Wilkinson, who is from Carrum Downs in Victoria. Currently in stage 4 lockdown, we believe, possibly until the late part of September. And Carrum Downs, suburb of Melbourne, 36 kilometres southeast of Melbourne's central business district, located within the city of Frankston. Population of 20,000 in the state electorate of Carrum and federal division of Dunkley. And a great little bit of history there. We'll get into the European settlement a little bit later. But Carrum Downs, of course, stemming from the Aboriginal word Carrum, which means boomerang. But we'd just like to acknowledge the traditional owners of Carrum Downs and acknowledge
the traditional custodians of the land of which this is built.
And acknowledge our leaders past, present and emerging. Because on lap 19, I didn't know Carrum Downs had its own Wikipedia page, Wilco, but apparently it does.
Well, it's going to say that the star person from Carrum Downs is not me.
No, is it Big Al? No, he's from Scoresby. But anyway, our leader is in the pits. That's right, Jimbo Jones, 9123, is in the pit lane as he goes through my car into his pit box. And he is pitting from the lead. Notice for Blue, 31 seconds down the road, which means that, wow, Jimbo's pit stop last night was very, very long, Wilco, so it's going to be interesting to see whether he can get in and out considering the stationary time here before Notice of Blue comes through and retakes the lead. And there we go. So we're just, sorry, I've got a few messages coming in here. Let's have a look at this. Greg Bennett says, I just seen Marcus Ambrose at the back of the pits. He's in tears of laughter about Murphy. And DJ Wolf saying Wilco is a Libra who likes long walks on the beach. And pina coladas. Do you like pina coladas? And someone else is sending me a message. And I can't check those messages, unfortunately, even though I think that's from my wife. But we'll have to just mute that conversation on Messenger for another 15 minutes because we have a stunning race on our hands as 20 laps gone, 15 minutes to go. As Aussie Thunder now says, Night Boy, work in a few hours, catch you on the tack. I think he means track on the weekend. Thank you for that, Aussie Thunder. Great to have you with us. A big shout out to you. Don't work too hard. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And we'll see you a little bit later. So let's have a look now. Our top 6 have all made pit stops, and the only driver yet to do that is the Nigerian Prince from Dubai. So a little bit of UAE about him. He is in the gold and black Ferrari, our former Tier 2 champion here on KRL. He is currently down in 7th, and he is the only driver yet to make a pit stop in the top 12, because Rick Oztech currently in the pits ahead of Nobby Nuts Doldrums, who, boy, how many times has he been facing the wrong way at Laguna Seca this week? But DJ Wolf is saying, mute the wife's messages, higher voice next commentary. Thank you for that. As Tooley says, I heard Jason is moving to Brisbane. Not too sure whether he will be moving anywhere before the 16th of September, whilst Victoria is still in lockdown. And Caleb says Voodoo has done a pit stop, and it says he hasn't. So our Nigerian Prince has come into the pit lane.
Maybe didn't change tyres, or he might have flicked the entry line to the pit lane, which sometimes cancels the bench pit stop for some reason.
Well, there you have it. And V8 Man off the track. Not sure what's going on with V8 Man there. He might have done a Wilco there. He looks to be stuck on the circuit. But we'll keep going through the rest of the field. And it's some of these drivers seem to be in a state of suspended animation at the moment. Oh, there we go. Bob Hoskins, who is, there we go, we've got him, Bob Hoskins, P5. We'll just check out, might as well check out the replay, Jace. There's not too much else happening at the moment, but Bob Hoskins there in P5, and you can see Big Dick Johnson right up behind him, and only a matter of time before he slips that car down the inside of Bob Hoskins. They are very, very close. Bob Hoskins with a best lap of a 1:23.3, which is pretty pacey for the race pace, but his last lap a 1:24.0. And Big Dick Johnson, who we're going to have a look at now. Big Dick Johnson just behind him there. You can see his best lap a 1:23.6. And Big Dick Johnson last time around a 1:29.2. So he must have had an incident of some sort for Big Dick Johnson. As you can see, they're moving through the field now. Voodoo, the wide shot of the Nigerian Prince from Dubai. He's currently in 7th position. All on his own in 7th position there, ahead of Rick Oztech, who's got Barters for company, who made a bad start, but now he's back inside the top 10. So great to see that. The boss is in 10th place. Binger in P11, and then it's Wilco in P12. Wilco, you're working your way back up nicely. Will we see a points finish here?
Yeah, if you keep watching that replay, I passed Bingo into the last corner. I'm in P10 now.
Oh, nice. There we go. So we're catching up, Wilco. We're just about to see this pass. Jeez, you must have caught up. Binger pretty quickly here. You're a fair way behind him. You're going into the corkscrew now, and Wilco, our man, gets the job done on this lap. We have been reliably informed, but you can see then lap number 20 still on the replay at least. Oh, yeah, Binger running slightly wide, heading towards the last corner. Wilco on the outside. Straight through, you can see, and up into 10th or 11th position, I beg your pardon. So there you go, Wilco on his merry way up into possibly on his way to a top 10 finish. And you can see there, look at that, very consistent lap times from Wilco, 123.2 his best, and a 123.6 last time around. Compared to V8 Man, who is still there. We're going to go back to the live action now with just 10 minutes remaining in this race, and Kart Dude is around. We missed the start of that incident, but Kart Dude, who was only 6 seconds behind our race leader, is facing the wrong way, so the corkscrew has caught another driver out here tonight, and this time it is our favourite Taswegian Kart Dude who has been caught out there. He's currently now down in 2nd place. And Mr. Right up into P3 as we see Barters off to the left there coming out of the pits. So 17 drivers started, 13 are left. We are on lap 24 here as Wilco now indeed inside the top 10 in P9. And, well, 9 minutes remaining and 7 seconds to go. Wilco, let's see if you can catch Mr. Boss for P8.
Yeah, he's got some good pace. He's bossing it at the moment, but yeah, right. Let's see.
We'll leave it there. No jokes, Wilco. We know what happened last time, and you're coming up to the corkscrew, and that is not a corner you want to get wrong. That is for sure. Voodoo, the prince from Dubai, coming into the last corner. What's he doing? Well, he's up in P7. He's hasn't had a bad race. Not good, not bad. But just a quick shout out. Don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel. V is for Voodoo. Absolutely killing it. He's, as we've lost, I think we've lost another driver. There was a yellow flag there. It might have been V8 Man who's disappeared off the list there. He's disappeared off the classifications. So Dane Williams, the man from Brisbane, we must have lost him. He has left us, but lap 25 of this race, it is the Porsche of Notice for Blue, the 999 Porsche, with a slight bit of damage on that rear end, leading this race by 11 seconds ahead of Righty, who's just snuck up quietly. He has a bit of a habit of doing that, doesn't he? Righty, he just sneaks up, and then next thing he's inside the top 3, but Kart Dude has lost out big time here, because the man who was in P2 is now in P4, because Bob Hoskins has gone up into P3. This is a man who finished P3 in Japan in his first ever race on this game, and now he's in P3 again. So currently 1st, 2nd and 3rd, separated by a few seconds at least, as Tooley says time for, what is he saying here? Tooley to make a future comeback, question mark. Very mysterious. Wilco, Tooley on the comeback trail.
Yes, please, join Tooley. Do it.
Tooley, plenty of room. That's right, join us if you will. We would love to have you. We'll miss your hilarious comments on the stream, but it would be great to have you with us to join the fun, because here with 7 minutes remaining in this race, Kart Dude, will he or won't he be talking to us in the post-race press conferences? That is the question. We've been informed that there will be no rain at all for the remaining minutes of this race. But Kart Dude and Bob Hoskins, that is the closest battle on the circuit. But you can see Notice for Blue, really his race to lose, you might say, in P1. 10 seconds further back it is Righty. Then Bob Hoskins, who's off the circuit. And he is around. Bob Hoskins now down to 4th place. And can he get it all hooked up again before Jimbo comes back around? I reckon he will, yes. Jimbo then, who's a fair way behind him here. So Bob Hoskins then was in 3rd. He's lost out. Kart Dude back up into the podium, finishing positions now. And then it is Jimbo Jones in 5th. Voodoo Child in P6. Voodoo Child, who has managed to turn into a Nigerian prince just like that in a matter of weeks. But then it's the boss in P7 ahead of our man Wilco, who is currently, he was down, well, he was in the lead, then he went all the way down to 14th, made his pit stop, and now he is chasing down the boss in P7. And then I reckon that might be as far as you can get, Wilco.
Yeah, Voodoo. Well, Voodoo's going to get a penalty. And Brody hasn't done his pit stop as well on my screen. Is he orange on yours as well?
Green on my screen.
Okay, so it's glitched out, that's right. But
So
yeah,
there
Voodoo, so I'm going to jump Voodoo, but I've actually caught a lot. I did 23.6 last lap, so I've caught up to the boss quite a lot here, so it could be a tasty little battle at the end.
Tasty little battle indeed. We'll let you concentrate on that one, Wilco, because this is where the team get on the radio and say you're within striking distance in about a minute, I reckon, maybe less than a minute. He's getting mighty close. He's only 2 seconds further back, and Barter's 81. Haven't called his name too much tonight, but he is inside the top 10. LJR Rose Racing, the man that finished third in the Tier 2 race last night, currently in P10. And then outside of the points we go right down to Rick Oztech and Nobby Doldrums, who's 4 laps down but still in this race. But Righty, this man who's shaved about a second off of Notice for Blue on that last lap or so, but it's not going to be enough, as we see Nobby moving across there to get out of the way of Righty, the man currently in the pink Porsche in P2, head down. He will stay in P2. And yes, my wife messaging me now. I can't actually answer that message if you can hear me, because I am commentating live and exclusive on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel. That's right, I am calling the action, so please stop messaging me, dear, as we've got 4 minutes remaining in this race. It's Notice for Blue P1, Righty in P2, Can't Dude in P3, Bob Hoskins after that incident. Oh no, Wilco is...
You let me through, but I was right up before the corkscrew. I did shit myself.
There we go, 28 laps gone in this race, so Wilco has made it up to P7, I think now. Yep, P7. Jeez, it'd be...
I've done an Allen.
Oh, Wilco, he's done him. And
oh, no,
Wilco,
not again.
sideways. And can he keep the engine running? He's back onto the track. Now he's reversing into the pit lane. That doesn't seem like something you should be doing. But anyway, he's back onto the circuit.
Where am I going? I'm lost. Oh, there we go.
And he's... I think...
Give me an Aikinen.
You need to get back onto the circuit. I think it's called spatial disorientation in the aviation industry. Spin! And
Trev, you didn't remind me to drink.
You will not have the drink, as there we see the boss.
No, I know I have to drink, but do I have to drink?
Yes, look at that, Wilco. He's been in the wars tonight, Wilco. But if there's one thing about this man, he will always get back up off the canvas. And it won't be...
Never give up.
Never give up, man.
Come on, boys.
I love you guys. I get so much positive energy from you guys. And, you know, still we rise, guys. Still we rise. And there we go. Wilco in 8th, but he will be back. I'll be back. As the boss then and Voodoo. That's a sexy battle to that. Coming up there in the final couple of minutes of this race. Wilco...
that would have been me and Voodoo battling.
Yep, you're not too far ahead of Barter's 81 there.
The fastest lap.
But
what is the fastest lap?
The fastest lap, but we can tell you actually, can we? Can we tell you or not?
Just go on each, like go replay and just go each driver, it should tell you.
Okay, there we go. We can do that. As we'll click on the replay, under 2 minutes remaining in this race now, and we'll get the HUD up. And we might go to the quicker guys first. What do you reckon, Wilco? That might be a good idea for the fastest lap. 1:23.1 for Notice Blue. And Righty with a 23.4. And then it's Bob Hoskins with, no, beg your pardon, Bob Hoskins 23.3. Jimbo, so I reckon you've got, no, you're just off, Wilco, with a 23.2. You need to find a 10th or so in the next minute or next lap or two, I reckon, if you want to get that fastest lap, because it is Notice for Blue with a 1:23.121. Roger, head down as we take a look now at Notice for Blue. There we go, race control. The leader is on the final lap of the race. As you can see, one more lap to go as Tooley saying, what's Tooley saying? When does the season start? He says, your shit, Jason. Caleb saying, Voodoo has 1.7 litres of fuel left.
Hello.
Voodoo is he's running on the smell of an oily rag at the moment. Voodoo, can he get to the end of the race? We'll keep an eye on that as well because he's in P6 and Voodoo's off the track. Voodoo's off the track. He's not going to be using up too much fuel, Caleb, at this rate because he's off the track. Yellow flags. I'm not too sure where he's off the track there, but Voodoo, it's got to be around just after turn 1, I think.
Second last corner.
Second last corner, I beg your pardon. Wow, I was way off. So Voodoo is off the track and he's out of fuel. Voodoo, cutting it fine, is out of fuel. Look at that. He ran out of fuel with seconds remaining in this race, which might mean that he's still classified. Wilco, is a couple of laps down. But no, he's falling down the order. He was in P6. Now he's in P7, P8, P9 now, I beg your pardon. But it's all about this man, the leader, on the final lap of this race. With, well, the time is up, 31 laps gone. This will be the last tour. The last lap for Notice for Blue as the sun sets here at Laguna Seca. As Caleb is saying, Voodoo, yep, you called it early, Caleb. He is out of fuel. 0 litres, 0, 0, 0 litres of fuel remaining. But that is not going to worry this man, Notice for Blue, who was in third for the early part of this race. And he saw the lead battle in the early stages of this one between Wilco and Mighty Murph. He bided his time, he played the long game, and that means that he will win this race. The first practice round for Tier 1 here at the new KRL season as he comes across the line to win here at Laguna Seca. Righty as well is coming around the last corner. He is going to finish P2. As we take a look, Tooley saying 2 top 5 finishes for Jimbo. Pretty good start to the season, even though it's practice. And we've got a full calendar for you, Tooley, so stick around. Wilco's going to keep you updated on what's going on. Cart Dude. And Cart Dude, yeah, we forgot to announce that, actually. We might do that in the post-race interviews. The Taswegian finishes in third. Then Bob Hoskins doing very nicely there in P4. Well done, lads. Great commentary as always, says DJ Wolf. Thank you for joining us, DJ Wolf /digital. And congrats to Notice for Blue. DJ Wolf, love your work. Thanks for joining us. 13 people still watching the stream as the fireworks go off here at Laguna Seca. Born in the USA. I've got to stop singing like that, Wilco. But Jimbo Jones he's through across the line as the boss. The boss coming through in P6. He's had an eventful race as well. As I've lost the comments now. There we go. There they are. He comes around the last corner. Rick Oztech is a lap down, I reckon. There you can see him in front of the boss. But the boss comes through in P6. Wilco in the pit lane, P7, along with Barters. Rose racing out on circuit. He finished P9 ahead of Rick Oztech. Voodoo outside of the points. And it's a shame for him, but he's got a bird's eye view to the fireworks there. Just set up a blanket and get your little thermos there, and you can watch that as the sun sets here at Laguna Seca Raceway. And Nobby Nuts in P12. And there I am in the pit lane. I didn't move anywhere, but that is your final rundown for tonight. Notice for Blue ahead of Righty Cart Dude. Your top 3 as our post-race interviews get ready to get underway. They're joining us. Our race winner is in the lobby. In the party, I should say. Notice for Blue, Righty. We're missing Cart Dude, but won't be too long before he comes along. And as Righty reversing in the pit lane there, but we might go to our race winner, Notice for Blue. Can you hear us, mate?
Yes, I can. How are we?
Absolutely magnificent. Not as good as you, though, brother. Talk us through that race. You sort of had front row seats early on watching that battle between Wilco and Mighty Murph. Before Mighty Murph cracked under the pressure, he made a mistake. He came off and he looked to come back and sort of hit you there, mate. But talk us through the race.
Yeah, I think Mighty Murph was trying to keep his pace whilst four-wheel driving. Probably not the best idea, and then come flying back on the track. So the Porsche is not much fun around Laguna with heavy damage, or not heavy damage, but damage. But yeah, no, it was a good race. I do love the track.
Good stuff there, Notice. And are you happy so far with your form in the practice rounds leading up, of course, to a new championship, mate? Is there anything you can improve on, or are you happy with the way things are travelling?
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it. I do enjoy the Porsche. I'm just trying to tame the beast, you know. So, just stick to it, I guess.
Awesome stuff. Great advice, mate. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. You just sort of sat back in the early part of the race, but you played the long game, mate, and you managed to get the win. So, congratulations.
Consistency is key.
That's it.
Thanks, fellas.
Not getting bogged is also a key.
Yeah, saying that. You've got to lock the hubs for that, mate.
Yeah.
As we
fellas.
thank you, Notice the
Catch you
Blue.
next week.
Yep, we'll catch you next week. Thank you for that. As righty, Mr. Wright, and there's Bob Hoskins. I think you're off of Bob's Christmas card list. From what I'm seeing on the stream comments, righty. But P2 for you tonight, mate. We didn't call your name. We didn't call your name too much, mate, but you just snuck that pink Porsche up into P2.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Good stuff. Consistency seems to be the theme tonight, Wilco. And I'm sure... Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, if you missed it, righty, we went through every possible camera angle of it. And we replayed it about 5 or 6 times if you want to watch it back on the stream tonight. But righty, P2 in the end. What's that, Rod?
Okay. Bob said, calling out Righty as a dirty dog. Pit entry gave me 7 seconds of damage. Brody.
G'day.
G'day.
Did you get bogged in the sand?
Oh no, I didn't. I had a spin at the corkscrew, and a couple of sausage curb bounces, but apart from that, length a lot. So I'll say third.
Now, Car Dude, what happened? You had a couple of incidents during the race, mate. A couple of times we saw you not pointing in the right direction, but what happened there, mate? Just getting out, not much, there's no runoff areas really here, is there, at this circuit? So is it once you get onto that dust and dirt, it's sort of hard to keep the car in the right direction?
Yeah, look, it is a tricky venue, but you know what they say about pre-season testing, Trev? It's all about finding the quote-unquote limits of the car. So we'll put it down to that.
Great advice. What a wise top 3 we have tonight, Wilco, with us tonight. Well, Car Dude, congratulations. Not quite the public holiday in Launceston that is usually promised when you get a win down there. But congratulations nonetheless, mate. P3 tonight. Good form so far in the practice rounds. We'll catch you next week, Carty.
Cool, thank you.
Good stuff.
Time to announce the rest in calendar.
Yep, time to announce the rest of the calendar before we let you go home to your families and enjoy your lockdown. Or is it just Victoria? But anyway, Wilco, over to you. Time to announce the calendar for the new season of KRL.
So we announced last night that round 1 is going to be at Zolder. And then we go to Misano, Paul Ricard, Nürburgring, and the Hungaroring. And then we have a mid-season break, just so everyone can come back nice and refreshed and have extra practice for the first of our endurance races. It's a 1-hour race around Spa. Then we go to Monza for a normal back to 45-minute races. Kyalami for round 8, Suzuka round 9, and of course the tradition with KRL is a 1-hour Bathurst Enduro for the last round. So season finale at Bathurst. With a top 10 shootout.
Breaking news out of Carrum Downs, or Carrum, as the traditional landowners. We acknowledge all traditional landowners at Carrum Downs and all leaders past, present and emerging. Well, thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring this Tier 1, practice round to you tonight. Big thank you to everyone who's joined us, raced with us, and enjoyed the entertainment tonight. Congratulations to our top 3. Notice for Blue taking the win ahead of Righty and ahead of the Taswegian in Can't Dude in P3. Don't forget, next week is the final practice round at the famous Mount Panorama Circuit in Bathurst. Who will be able to conquer the mountain next week? Wait and find out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel. Bye for now.